Ladies and gentlemen, Teo here, back some more Irae. We have just, I believe, unceremoniously left the party, which is unfortunate because parties are great. And we are now going to, I guess, see the aftermath of that. As Fuji left the room with a sour look on his face, Ellie heaved a faint sigh. She specifically ordered the other patrons to leave him be, so there probably wouldn't be any unwanted trouble. More importantly, though...
さ、気持ちはわかるんだけど、シロ。
Figuring out what to do with her companion, who was about ready to leap with joy, felt like a bigger problem.
そのさ、いいおもちゃ見つけたみたいな顔。締まり悪いからやめなよね。
んなこと言われてもな。事実そうなんだから仕方ねえだろ。
Clutching the broken gun in his hand, Shido began to twirl it by the trigger as he whistled cheerfully, showing not an iota of concern about the possibility of a misfire.
いや、なんつうかこう、笑えるな。漫画みたいで面白い。やっぱ人生、こうでないとつまんねえや。あいつは昔からいろいろ飽きないネタを持ってきてくれるんだわ。自分は普通だって顔しながら、実は一番変態なんだぜ。ウケるだろ。
とりあえず、そこのコメントは控えさせてもらうけど。まあ、なかなかいいんじゃない？少なくとも、連中をどうにかする手段があるっていうのは分かったんだし。正直、私としてはここで一旦引くのもありかと思うんだけど。
冗談抜かせよ。
だよね。
Arguing with Shido would be meaningless at this point. His fuse had already been lit. After mumbling a complaint or two, Ellie directed her gaze at the ceiling.
オッケー、分かった。いってらっしゃい。その代わり、手ぶらで帰ってきたら許さないよ。あんたすぐ遊ぶんだから。
ああ、言われなくても分かってるって。せいぜい期待して待ってろよ。で、
はいはい。これでしょ。
Ellie produced something resembling a thermos. Though its contents remained a mystery, judging by how casually she threw it over to Shido, it was likely nothing dangerous, although it was unlikely it was just a simple drink either.
現状、それが効かなきゃほぼお手上げだね。って言っても、あんたはきっと。
なんだよ。
Shido flashed a wolfish grin, casually throwing the thermos from one hand to the other. Ellie was more than aware that once a certain fire lit up in his eyes, there was no stopping him. Which would explain why she heaved a sigh of resignation.
いや、私としてはそれなりに長く遊びたいんで、あっさり行かれたらつまらんわけよ。でも、言うだけ無駄だろうから困ったなーって感じが本音。
Barking a laugh at Ellie's words, Shido turned around.
じゃあまあ、せいぜい長く楽しめるように遊んでくるわ。
After leaving the club, I walked the streets of the shopping district with Mary in tow. The city wasn't in the boonies, but walking around with a foreign girl at night really did make me stand out. I could feel a load of curious stares. That happened during the day as well, but at a time like this I'd have to... No, wait, after rethinking things, I took hold of Mary's hand again.
な、どこか行きたいところはある？
Aren't we like Nazi hunting right now? Isn't it, I feel like there are better times to go sightseeing than, like, in the middle of Nazi hunting.
行きたいところ？
あ、
Having said that, though, she only knew a handful of places across town.
じゃあ、タワーに。
I somehow knew she'd say that. Once we'd arrived, Mary stared at the lit-up tower with a blank expression.
綺麗だね、レン。
Due to being a bit of a date spot, the place was fairly crowded even at night. Still, I figured it was much safer than the shopping district, seeing how everyone here was busy being focused on themselves. They didn't bother paying attention to anyone else. No longer having to endure dozens of stairs sizing us up, I finally allowed myself to relax a little and sat down on a nearby bench with Mary. Okay then, now what? I knew what to do and felt fully prepared to do it, but had no concrete plan. The ache in my neck remained the only reliable way to find my enemies, but I couldn't count on that all the time. Drawing their attention could work, but would only end up involving innocent civilians, which put me in a bit of a deadlock. Oh right! Now I remember, Mephistopheles is going to show up. This is going to be exciting. I'm excited. Now that I'd flat out rejected Shido, I couldn't count on his intelligence network, and blindly looking for the bastards probably wouldn't yield any results either. It would help if I could predict where they'd show up, but that wasn't happening. As I continued aimlessly pondering all that, I felt someone tugging my sleeve.
ねえレン、あれ見て。
Mary pointed to a man and a woman a short distance away. They appeared to be a couple.
あの人、どうして泣いてるの？
いや、なんでだろうな。
Let's go ask. I found myself slightly bewildered by having to suddenly face such a realistic topic. The woman was crying as the man continued comforting her. A common sight, really.
どこか痛いのかな？
どうだろ
何かね、女の人がごめんなさい、ごめんなさいって言ってるよ。それで男の人は気にしてないとか、平気だからとか、そんな感じ。あの人たちは何を話してるのかな？
I was surprised by how sharp her ears seemed to be, but to my misfortune that only led to Mary once again taking interest in something rather troublesome. From what I could gather based on Mary's comments, the man appeared to have either confessed to her and was turned down, or there was something else she did along those lines. She was apologizing for having hurt him.
あれは別に痛くて泣いてるわけじゃないと思うぞ。
どういうこと？
心が痛くて泣くってこともあるんだけど、多分あれはそうじゃない。
The situation seemed totally flipped on its head. The man probably should have been the one doing the crying, but seeing how the woman broke down in tears first, he could neither cry himself nor blame her. Talk about one messed up turn of events. It felt like I'd witnessed something that I shouldn't have, but now that I'd been asked, I decided to explain how I felt about it. Uh-oh.
あれは演技っていうか自己暗示っていうか、とにかく一種の保身かな。マリーはあの人を見てびっくりしたろ？泣いてるやつってのは割と特別扱いされるから。ああいう場合、具体的に言うと、泣けば優しくされるんだよ。
Even the wrongdoer could become the victim. Convincing the other party that you were suffering as well could help settle things without making you out to be the bad guy.
要するに、私かわいそうだからいじめないでって言ってるんだよ。
Mary tilted her head in confusion. Admittedly, it was all speculation on my part, but after watching them for a while, it appeared I wasn't far off the mark.
うわ。
The woman suddenly slapped the man.
今のはどうして？
多分、男が嫌味でも言ったんじゃないか。
I had nothing but sympathy for him as a fellow man. You saw this kind of situation all the time in both real life and the world of fiction, but I had no clue how one was supposed to properly handle it. I mean, probably by not being voyeurs, but, you know, maybe that's just me. So I decided to reverse the question.
マリーは、ああいう女の気持ちとかわかる？
わかんない。ごめんなさいって謝るなら、謝った方が悪いんだよね。なのになんでか、最後は男の人が悪いみたいな感じになっちゃった。ああいうことが当たり前なの？
どうだろうな。
As strange as it was, if the majority ended up believing in something, then it suddenly would become an accepted truth in our society. In the end, that was probably just life.
例えば、かすみなら、なんて言うと思う？
さあ。
Would she be pissed off by the woman's attitude, or would she instead sympathize with her? Either way, she would no doubt say something extreme. Still, I felt like I was being a bit biased the whole time, so I decided to back the woman up a little.
まあ、結局のところ感情が抑えられなかっただけかもしれないな。最後のビンタはともかくとして、謝りながら泣くっていうのは正直わからないこともない。
Self-hatred for having done something horrible, guilt at having hurt the man. She knew crying made her cowardly, but when she started, the tears wouldn't stop, leading to one vicious spiral.
ある意味、ああいうのの方がすごく人間らしいことかもしれない。どっちが正しいとか間違ってるとか全部理屈で説明ついたら、それはそれでつまんなそうだし、意識せずにって前提なら、矛盾も必要じゃないかと思うよ。
I felt a little embarrassed. That sounded unlike me. Mary's expression, however, remained sincere.
じゃあ、レンはシロって人にも、そういう気持ちを持ってるんだね。
She may have just poured salt into my wound.
レンはシロに怒ってたけど、嫌いなわけじゃないんでしょ？
I was convinced I never wanted to see him again, but when I did meet him, I felt somewhat relieved. He genuinely pissed me off, and I couldn't care less if he died in a ditch somewhere, but I didn't want him to get caught up in all this. And Kasumi being worried about him was true, not just some flimsy excuse.
別に、あんなのただのバカ野郎だよ。昔からあいつが絡んでくるとろくなことが起こらない。だから自衛っていうか、つまり自分のためにやったことで、
That's bullshit.
俺はもう、あいつに引っかき回されるのはうんざりなんだよ。ただ、それだけ。
I don't know how to break this to you, Den, but you are sort of already dragged into stupid shit. Like, you are currently in the middle of shit being dragged. I think it's a little bit late for trying to avoid that. Mary smiled as she listened to me complain, but contrary to what I expected her to say...
レン、かわいいね。
First Kasumi, then Himuro, Rusalka, and now even Mary had labeled me as such. But for some reason it didn't irritate me as much this time. Sure, it was embarrassing, but I couldn't find it in myself to make a comeback.
多分、また会えると思うよ。だってシロは、レンのことが大好きだから。
Oh, Shiro Ren. I've been informed, unfortunately, that there's no Spine route, which I guess makes sense given that he's dead and also that he's a crazy person. But I was disappointed nonetheless. But if I don't get a Shiro route, I'm gonna be really upset. Could she, like, stop saying things that made me sick to the stomach and could also be potentially taken the wrong way? I mean, I took it the wrong way. He was like a curious kid faced with a pet or a toy, wanting to play around with it until it broke. All he cared about was having fun, even if it led targets of his interest to an early grave. But that still didn't mean I understood him. Still, I gave an exasperated shrug and stopped complaining. Just then...
レン、どうかした？
いや、人が。
There were a fair few number of people around us until a moment ago, but now it was just the two of us. The couple from before was similarly nowhere in sight. I felt my entire body being covered in goosebumps as a dull ache began to throb in my neck. Could this be...
マリ、すまない。話の続きはまた後でしよ
I wrapped my arm around her.
う。本当に悪い。できるだけこうやって表に出してやりたかったんだけど。
Mary was essentially a ghost. The only reason I could talk to her like this was because I'd been maintaining her in the physical world through my Yetzirah. And now I had to change her form into something else entirely. All in order... we are fighting in this route, apparently. To defeat those bastards.
マリ、いいよな。
I could undo the formation for a moment and return her to my body. It was probably possible if I concentrated really hard, but I wanted her consent first. Mary looked right into my eyes.
うん、いいよ。
Smiling, she nodded at me as her body vanished, instantly giving birth to a certain weight in my right arm. I could feel her dwelling within. I took a deep breath, then rose to my feet.
出てこいよ。
I could perceive my surroundings with renewed sharpness, possibly due to Mary having returned to me. This was no longer a public square teeming with people. It had transformed into a battlefield heavy with bloodlust. With each breath I took sapping me of stamina.
少しはやれるようになったか、ガキ。
Wait, you're not Mephistopheles. Fuck off, Wilhelm. And the source of that bloodlust now descended from above. I immediately jumped backward as the spot I'd been standing on earlier was smashed apart by something invisible. The paved ground had been pierced, leaving behind a deep hole. Almost like a stake had been driven right into it.
目を開け。肌で感じろ。古い目玉はえぐって捨てろや。今ならてめえにも見えるだろう。
The man's mocking tone ran familiar in my ears. There was no way I'd ever forget that voice. His aim might have been off, but it was definitely him.
ビルヘルム。
The ivory demon cackled as his entire body exuded a demonic aura akin to a heat haze, much like last time. But things would be different this time. He nearly killed me that night before as I had no way to fight back. Not anymore, though. I now had both a weapon and a reason to fight. As I put myself on guard, Wilhelm continued staring at me with eyes that glowed a bright hue of crimson even behind his sunglasses. The color of undulated rapture.
てめえ、シピーネをやりやがったよな。とりあえず褒めてやる。これでちったマシな戦争になりそうじゃねえか。
His tone displayed not a speck of rage or sorrow over his comrade's demise. Come on! Offer sorrow? I feel like some QA guy needs to get fired. Or, quality control? I don't know the name, but like, seriously. This is what, like the 7th or 8th time there've just been like blatant typos and whatnot. Like, I'm starting to get a little bit upset. Like, if there isn't a patch within a month or two, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Where was I? Oh yeah. His tone displayed not a speck of rage or sorrow over his comrade's demise. I had no interest in these bastards' personal relations, but it appeared he didn't merely come here to exact revenge.
しかしまあ、実際情けない話だよな。 お前みたいなガキにやられたシュピーネも最初の人探しに外れつかまされ続けたこの俺もなあよ正味に欲求不満だぜお前責任取ってくれるかおい
Raising his right hand, Wilhelm focused all his wicked energies into it, just like earlier when he...
試験だどの程度のもんか見てやるよ
An invisible impact came flying from... No, wait, not quite invisible. Open your eyes. Feel it on your skin. Gouge out your old eyeballs and throw them away. I altered my perception, returning my senses to the supernatural, the extraordinary, and with that... I could see it, comprehend it. This was a stake, a fang to pierce all in its path. Wilhelm's Ahnenerbe. I dodged it, not by relying on sheer instinct, but through sight, a feat impossible to the average person, but very much within the realm of possibility for someone like me, who had already mastered formation. Following a tempest of strikes, Wilhelm closed in on me without missing a beat. As soon as I dodged a blow from the right, he launched a kick at my temple. His strikes came faster than ever before, and a third one there would have likely killed me had I still been my former weak self. However...
やるね大したもんだ
Guarding his attacks with my arm left him numb. I felt a shock akin to an explosion going off in my temples, but I still remained conscious. Wilhelm's blows smashed the pavement, broke large trees, and shattered iron fences. No normal human could have blocked them. Yet it hadn't quite sunk in back when I fought Spine, but there was no longer any room for doubt.
その丈夫さから見る限りどうやら形成異界まで行ったらしいな
My body was just as inhuman as these freaks.
いいねそそるぜたまんねえ戦はこうでなくしゃつまらねえてめえも出せ見せてみろこれまで待っててやったんださぞかしいい具合に育ってんだろ
Oh my god, Wilhelm. There's a limit to the amount of innuendo you can fit into your lines without it becoming, like, super fucking blatant.
ちんたら素手でやり合ってても俺は生物以外じゃやらねえぞ
My neck and right arm began to ache, as though in concert with Wilhelm's ecstatic outburst of joy. In contrast to Mary's purity, the guillotine was a concentration of bloodlust and malice. Perceiving the aura of a kindred being, it audibly recomposed my body. But I couldn't allow it to run berserk. Unless I kept a tight hold on the reins in my sanity, I wouldn't be able to defeat these bastards. But provided I could do all that, they were by no means invincible. But as those very thoughts flashed through my mind...
前にも自重しろと言ったはずだが、米注意。
Uh-oh. We're getting 2-on-1. This is suboptimal. I realized that it only applied to one-on-one fights. Something like this would complicate matters.
桜井
With her joining the fray, the battle had now turned into a 2-on-1 encounter. Hardly unpredictable, but I'd be lying if I said this didn't make things more dangerous.
よーレオンてめえ突っ込んでやがれよこのガキは俺の獲物だ渡さねえもう鬼ごっこは終わったんだクリストフがてめえに渡した試験なんざ今は何の意味もないんだぜ
分かっている。だが、その芸家からの新たな命令を忘れたのか。お前に任せたら殺すだろ。
After practically spitting out her words, Sakurai turned back towards me.
こんばんは藤井君。一応聞いておくんだけど、今から私たちについてくる気はあるかしら。
Oh yeah, absolutely. That sounds like a great idea. The hell? I found myself at a complete loss. What does she mean by come with us?
生産杯芸家が会いたがっている。今夜の私たちは、あなたを彼のところへ連れて行くのが仕事なの。
生産杯だと
Spine used the title to refer to their current commander, so talking to him would mean walking right into their main base? What a joke!
抵抗しなければ、危害は加えないと約束するけど。
アホらしいもうやめろやレオン危害を加えるだの加えないだのそういう問題じゃねえんだよこいつは俺らとやり合う気だ言うことなんか聞きやしね
I mean, he's not wrong.
えだからよ連れて行くならぶちのめすしかねえだろうが
I hated to admit it, but Wilhelm was right. I had no intention of accepting any offers from them. And there was a bit of a silver lining to this overwhelming disadvantageous situation. If they weren't actively trying to kill me, there was no reason for me not to take advantage of that. Besides,
お前らさっきまでここにいた奴らをどこにやった？
ああ、
殺したのか？
いいえ、そんなあなたを刺激しないようにただの人払いをしただけよ。それをもってこちらの際を組んでくれると助かるけど、どうやら聞く耳持たないようね。
yeah, not really. Sakurai narrowed her eyes. I had no clue exactly how powerful she was, but I knew I couldn't take her lightly. In all honesty, I didn't feel too hot about having to fight a woman either, but whatever.
おら！突っ込んだろっつったのが聞こえなかったのか？てめえはよ。
そっちこそ芸家の命令を守る気があるのかないのかはっきりしてほしいんだが、このまま言い合ったところで平行線だ。早い者勝ちで納得しろ。
面白い。
Wilhelm's expression had shifted to a sneer, while Sakurai's to a look of disappointment as they both turned to face me.
さっきも言ったけど藤井君、無駄な怪我をしたくなければ変な抵抗をしないでちょうだい。
いや、俺は歓迎だぜ。てめえも男なら血へど吐いてあがき倒せや。
The first strike came from Wilhelm at a speed outclassing all his previous attacks, yet I managed to dodge it by a hair's breadth.
武器は使うなよ、ベイ。
A kick flew at me from above at almost the exact same time. I expected these two to be out of sync given their conflicting personalities, but their timing was impeccable. I barely managed to defend myself with my arms, but the hard impact echoed all the way to my tiptoes. The enemy fighting barehanded didn't mean I owed them the courtesy to do the same, but if they kept up with these rapid-fire attacks, I wouldn't have time to form my Nerb. As a result, I was forced to fight a defensive battle while still barehanded. My two opponents' attacks were as starkly contrasted as their personalities. In other words, Wilhelm fought like a beast with effective speed and strength that completely ignored any sense of form. While Sakurai relied on disgustingly precise hand-to-hand fighting moves straight out of a textbook. Large, wild swings from the former, and quick, compact strikes from the latter, the combination of which allowed no room for counterattacks. Things would just keep getting worse for me if this kept up. I still hadn't taken any direct blows, but it eventually whittled down my stamina, so now was my only chance. I took Sakurai's kick head-on without dodging it, as I wouldn't be able to counterattack unless I allowed one of them to hit me, and there was no other choice. At the very least, taking one of her attacks would probably not render me unable to do battle. The kick into my solar plexus ended up being stronger than I anticipated, but not to the point of crushing my organs. Putting aside my newfound resilience, Sakurai was likely not lying about not wanting to kill me. I grabbed her ankle, dragging it towards me. With the three of us all lined up in a straight line, Wilhelm could no longer reach me. Got him. This is just gonna punch through Sakurai. Paying no heed to that, Wilhelm launched another attack. Was he seriously planning to strike right through Sakurai? Alerted to the danger, Sakurai attempted to twist her body without freeing herself from my grasp, but she was a moment too late. Just as my mind's eye pictured Wilhelm's arm piercing right through Sakurai's chest and reaching my face. That feature ended up averted in the nick of time. The fact that Sakurai used her free leg to kick Wilhelm away, thus sending all three of us flying away from each other, was hardly even worthy of mentioning. No, instead, what gave me more cause to surprise was the gunshot that rang out right before that. It saved both me and Sakurai. Wilhelm stood up, his smirk completely gone. Though his voice was quiet, its tone carried evident indignation. But not because he had been kicked by Sakurai, robbed of his chance to kill me. It was the gunshot that set him off. Spitting out the bullet he caught between his teeth, the ivory demon let out a rasping growl. Oh baby! Cavalry's coming in! And only then did I realize that Shiro Yusa had been standing back to back with me with an invincible smirk that showed a complete lack of interest in Wilhelm's rage.
おお、相変わらず丈夫な歯してるな、お前。実は小魚とか好きなんだろう。
His tone reflected not a shred of fear. That goddamn idiot! I told him not to get involved, and yet...
お前
ヨーレン、今のはチート危なかったんじゃねえの実際。その辺、俺に感謝の言葉とかないのかよ。なあ、そっちの姉ちゃん、お前もだよ。日本人なら礼儀正しく行こうや、お互い。別にお前を助ける気なんかなかったけど、結果的にそうなったんだから、何か言うことがあるんじゃねえの？
Like me, Sakurai replied to Shiro's nonsensical remarks with silence. I couldn't tell if she was exasperated, confused, or perhaps both. Honestly, not even I was sure how I felt.
まあとにかくこれで2対2っていうことだよな。
Yeah, but you're only like half a person, right? Like, you don't have superpowers, you just have a gun. And I'm pretty sure Gun gets outclassed by Guillotine here. The only thing I could say for sure was that he had struck his nose where he shouldn't have, or stuck his nose where he shouldn't have. No turning back now. Nothing I could say would make him retreat. Not that these bastards would let him.
バカが。
He really was a bona fide idiot. No sane person would willingly get involved in this bloodshed. Though Shiro was a bit of a nutjob, though Shiro being a bit of a nutjob was hardly news to me. Despite knowing it was pointless, I still addressed him.
帰れよ、シロ。
I was mentally begging for him to just go.
嫌だね。さっきも言ったろうが。俺が動くのをお前に止められる覚えはねえ。あんま束縛きつすぎると人間関係うまくいかんぜ。バカスミにしろ俺にしろ、お前の都合に合わせて生きてるわけじゃねえんだし。お前にとっちゃ人生主役はお前だろうが、俺にとっちゃ俺が主役だ。脇役の言うことなんか聞かねえっての。なあ、そうだろうが。違うかよ。
I simply glared at him in silence. In the end, it was Wilhelm who ultimately spoke up.
よあ、てめえさっきから何好き勝手なことペラ回してやがる。いきなり出てきて気持ちよくラリってんじゃねえぞ、小僧が。うるせえ、黙れ。
A thunderous roar. No, 3 roars broke out in succession. Sparks flew from Shiro's gun as if to tell Wilhelm he was wasting his breath.
こっちが話してる最中だろうが。口挟むなよ、白髪野郎。
This guy really knew no fear. To shoot at someone twice without hesitation only went to show that he was even more screwed up in the head than before. But this time, he picked the wrong guy to mess with.
おい、進歩のねえガキだな、お前も。
Wilhelm appeared more irritated than astonished as he brushed his fingers along his chest, where the bullets hit, sending the crushed pieces of metal to fall to the pavement with a clink.
前にも言ったろ、学習しろや、劣等人種。
Right, guns didn't work on these bastards. I can only hope that gave Shiro enough of a hint.
一緒に戦ってくれなんて頼んでない。悪いことは言わないから、早く逃げろよ。
I mean, we got this sweet, this thermos, filled with, I don't know, God knows what. Maybe it's acid. I don't know if a normal thermos can hold acid, though. And I assume acid probably doesn't even work on these guys, right? Like, acid isn't enough, like, doesn't kill enough people simultaneously. That was sort of the benchmark required for conventional weaponry to affect Nazi wizards. Because it needs to be capable of killing, like, thousands of people simultaneously.
まったく釣れないね、どいつもこいつも。
And this jackass could still go on laughing despite the situation.
なあレン、あいつ俺にやらせろよ。チンピラはチンピラ同士、優等生は優等生同士。お前、女丸め込むの得意だろ。
On what grounds? God, where did he get all that stupid composure from?
2対2でちょうどいい。俺はあいつで、お前は。
Sakurai. True, my goal today was to beat her, but Wilhelm wasn't someone you could pass off as a joke. Shiro was only getting in the way. I couldn't afford to worry about him, but what was I supposed to tell Kasumi if Shiro did end up getting himself killed?
つまらないわね。
Sakurai spoke up, her voice interrupting my inner conflict.
もう手遅れよ。だって
今さら逃がすとでも思ってんのか。これも前に言ったよな。俺を攻撃した以上、次なんかね。
The die had already been cast. There was no going back now. So at the very least, it'd be for the best to eliminate one of them as quickly as possible in a 2-on-1 confrontation. Preferably the stronger one, in other words, Wilhelm. In order to do that, I need perfect mutual understanding with my partner, but...
ところで、今月の星占いにあったんだけどよ。俺ってほら、魚座じゃん？どうもカニ座と相性いいらしいのよ。
I no longer had any clue what was going through his mind.
お前、何座だったっけ？動物系だっけ？物系だっけ？つがおい、ノリ悪いんだよさっきから。お前もしかして餃子とかヤクザとかブリザード級のギャグ言おうとしてるんじゃないだろうな。
What?
そんなわけないだろう。
His bullshit was not just giving me a headache, it downright made me dizzy. On second thought, maybe he would be better off dead. After heaving a long sigh, I addressed the idiot behind me.
フォローなんか期待するなよ。
そりゃ俺のセリフだっつの。
Jesus, why did I have to stand back to back with this guy now of all times? I thought we'd never see each other again. We may have had this unpleasant but inseparable kind of relationship, but god damn!
喧嘩の蹴りはどっちがこれに生き残るかでつけようや。
He was talking like one of us was going to die.
じゃあてめえらよ。
An ominous shockwave gushed out of Wilhelm's right hand in an instant. It was his Honor-Nerve's activation. Seeing how it wasn't quite formation, Shido's human eyes probably weren't able to perceive it.
揃って死ね。
He fired off an invisible stake in our direction with the casual movement of someone trying to squish a bug. The shocking part came right after that. Wait, the casual movement of somebody trying to squish a bug? I don't know about y'all, but like, when I try and squish bugs, it gets like real intense in here. Like, I'm going after those things with the intent to kill. I tried to push Shido out of the way, but the only thing I felt was thin air. He reacted to that attack faster than I did.
なめすぎだろ、お前。
Not only that, he thrust his gun right at Wilhelm's temple, then pulled the trigger. The sheer swiftness of his actions earned an impressed look from Sakurai. I myself was completely taken aback. A mere human like Shido was able to dodge an attack from an honor, close the distance between himself and Wilhelm, and shoot the bastard at point-blank range? Unbelievable. Naturally, it wasn't a fatal attack by any stretch of the imagination, but this still should have been impossible.
あなた何？
ああ、見てわかるだろ。ただの通りすがりのイケメンだよ。
Up until now, Shido was nothing but an out-of-place intruder. Now, he stood out more than anyone else here. If Wilhelm wasn't hurt by the earlier attack, he still ended up being forced to take a few steps back.
へえ、なんだよ。意外に色男なんだな、お前。
Uh-oh, the glasses have come off? Wilhelm's sunglasses were smashed, exposing his bare, emotionless face. He simply glared at Shido in silence, displaying no response to his provocation. And then...
レオ、気が変わった。そっちのガキはお前がやれ。
わかった。
話はまとまったみたいだな。つうことだとよ、レン。んな顔すんなよ。さっきの見たろ。俺もまあ、そう捨てたもんじゃねえんだからさ。
みたいだな。
I'm super confused. Like, there's gotta be some supernatural bullshit going on in Shido. Maybe what was in the thermos was like actually a beverage. Maybe it's a beverage that gives you super strength. And super speed. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure how it happened, but he didn't appear to be normal either. Well, not the same guy he was 2 months ago, at least.
じゃあ、そういうことで。
This unexpected confrontation ultimately culminated in the following state of affairs. I'd be taking on Sakurai, while Shiro would fight Wilhelm. Wilhelm Enrenberg pondered. Although a scoundrel who acted superior to everyone else, Wilhelm still had a keen eye for all things concerning battles. His narcissistic traits had never placed him in an unfavorable situation. Not once. As such, even as he felt himself trembling with blinding rage, he continued to calmly analyze the opponent standing before him. The boy was undoubtedly human. He sensed none of the grim atmosphere particular to one who had been blessed with the ways of sorcery. Then how in the world had he...
まあ何にせよ、クリストフとやり合って命拾ったのは伊達じゃねえっていうわけか。
Wait, when did Shiro interact with Kristoff? Interesting. He'd considered him to be a mere small fry, but it seemed like he'd proven to be significantly more fun than expected. Even in the face of the Ivory Demon's beastly gaze, likely to cause most to faint, Shido remained calm with a smile on his lips. The boy was likely a bold one to begin with, yet Wilhelm's senses hadn't dulled enough to be content with such an explanation. He acknowledged the young man's exceptional athletic ability, and realized he was no stranger to violent fights. But the terrifyingly colossal gap between his and Wilhelm's strength should have been evident to the boy. He should have realized that victory was but a pipe dream. Fear, uneasiness, anxiety? None of these self-preservation traits must have functioned properly in Shido. He was enjoying being caught in between a rock and a hard place.
そうか。なるほど、そういうことかい。
Only one conclusion remained. This was a rampage. Assuming that sanity had really taken leave of him, the boy was burning up his last drops of fuel, pushing his body's performance to its limits. His cockpit, his brain, had neither seatbelt nor parachute.
ずいぶんと懐かしいじゃねえかよ、おい。これも野郎のふざけた遊びか。それともただの偶然か。まあ、どっちでも構わねえがよ。何が原因でそうなったにしろ。お前、もう長くないぜ。
Whether they were separating his sense of pain or amplifying his five senses, the intracerebral narcotics that caused those effects were generally a powerful and short-lived drug. It was as though the young man's body had been locked in a perpetual state of life-threatening situation response, all of its limits removed.
思想が見えるぜ、ガキ。そうなって生き残った奴はいねえ。
ああ、だから
Shido snorted, clearly not caring in the slightest.
そんなの今は関係ねえさ。分かってるのは、お前ら変態相手にしても、俺はある程度遊べるってこと。いや、もしかしたらやれるかもしれねえぞ。
Arrogance, nonsense. There was not knowing one's place, and then there was this. But even if he was bluffing, he still had the balls to say it. Not bad.
バカが来やがるぜ、クソガキが。笑わせてくれるよ、面白い。
そりゃよかったよ、注意殿。マジで暴れんのは久しぶりで、調子出ねえなら手加減しようか。
なんだよお前、ひよって俺とやり合いてえのか。
まさか、バカこけ。
Shido's coat fluttered as he laughed off Wilhelm's barrage of nonsensical questions.
さっき、レンのやつは強い方から潰そうと考えてたみたいだが、そりゃ違うよな。ごちゃまんするときはまず弱いやつを潰すんだよ。確実に消せるところから消していく。つまり
Naturally, this team-up was born for that very reason.
あのガキがレオンをやるまでの間、お前は俺の足止めか。なるほど、意外に目端が利くじゃねえかよ。だが正直あの坊ちゃんに女を殺せるかどうかは疑問だぜ。何せ猿同士、ガキ同士、共感するところもあるだろうしな。
まあそりゃ実際怪しいとこだが、あいつはあれで結構容赦ない性格もしてるんだよ。場合によっちゃガキでも遠慮なんかしやしねえや。それに
The Desert Eagle glimmered with a black luster in the dark of night. Shido was spinning all 2 kilograms of the world's most powerful pistol with his left index finger as he made another jovial remark.
俺は一言もお前が強い方だとは言ってないぜ。
An orchestra of blinding muzzle flashed as deafening roars burst forth in an instant. A series of bafflingly impossible curved shots that completely disregarded all the basics and theories of proper ballistics. Normally, anyone who tried to pull off a stunt like that with such a large caliber gun would sooner destroy their own wrist than the target. However,
それなら聞くが、一番弱えな誰だ小僧。
Shido's Desert Eagle rounds went flying towards his opponent's midline, heading for all vital spots that from his brow to his heart without even the slightest bit of deviation. The only problem was that Wilhelm ended up catching them all with his bare hands. As the crushed bullets scattered on the ground, Wilhelm went on with a taunt.
今さらこんなもんは挨拶代わりにもならねえぞ。何か手があるならさっさと見せな。いくらか丈夫で鈍感ってだけのやつが他に芸もなく俺の前に立ったってんならお前。
Wilhelm's body began to tremble, his relaxed movements and posture reminiscent of that of a predator about to sink its fangs into its prey.
死んじまうぜ。
The blow launched by Wilhelm was merciless, brimming with strength and exhibiting speed far surpassing any human standard. A full-blown attack of his current, a side degree without even the slightest hint of restraint. In other words, this was a test of sorts. If his opponent was a normal human, he'd likely die in one shot with no hope of a counterattack. But should he survive, even for a few seconds, he could be classified as a low-grade superhuman. In which case, he'd be worth devouring right here and now. In the end, Shido passed that magnificently dangerous test with flying colors. He used a completely different method to stave off the strike than would otherwise be possible. That would otherwise be impossible to evade or block through mere human strength, reflexes, and stamina. The blow itself was impossible to dodge. Besides, the average man would likely be completely paralyzed by fear. With his sense of danger lacking, the only thing Shido could do was hit Wilhelm's arm with the grip of his gun. He handled it like a knife, but due to its unwieldy shape, it allowed for just a simple trajectory. At a glance, it appeared to be no more than a futile struggle on his part, but that in itself did not prove to be a problem in this case. If one couldn't evade an attack altogether, all it came down to was avoiding a direct hit, and so he did. Shido was sent flying as though he had just come into contact with a speeding train car. He wasn't even swept away by the attack itself, but the air pressure it generated. Wilhelm couldn't help but show a hint of admiration at his opponent's unexpected method of dodging. Naturally, Shido didn't escape from that unscathed. He suffered a severe dislocation. A wrong move and his bones would have shattered into pieces. However, the fact remained that he escaped with minimum possible injury. Furthermore, he likely paid no heed to a wound of this caliber. The way he kept firing his gun without missing a beat, despite flying through the air after what should have been a severely painful collision, is a testament to it. There was no longer any doubt that Shido felt no pain whatsoever. After taking each bullet head-on without dodging, a brisk sensation of numbness spread all throughout Wilhelm's body. His eyes glimmered in a dangerous hue of crimson like embers, while his canines began to extend. After performing a flawless landing, Shido rose to his feet and flashed a confident smile.
おっかねえな。スイッチ入っちまったみてえじゃねえの。
Indeed, Shido's actions only seemed to hasten his own downfall. While his previous exchange of blows with Wilhelm was admirable, he might have been luckier if he had perished then and there. The reason was simple.
いいぞお前悪くね
Most who provoked the Ivory Demon to this extent had met a fate far worse than death.
えギリギリ合格ってことにしてやろうお前の魂俺がすぐに値すると認めてやる
For he was the merciless, Kazaklupe, a demon who literally thirsted for the blood of others.
誇れや小僧ただの人間相手に怠慢でこれ使うのは30年ぶりくらいだよ名乗りな覚えといてやる
The very air began to sway and tremble, heralding the descent of something monumentally sinister. Wicked energy sprouted up like a heat haze, shrouding the vicinity in the foul stench of blood. Surrounded by the kind of miasma that would make lesser men vacate the content of their stomachs, Shido went on in a calm tone.
ユサシロってんだ。忘れていいぜ。どうせお前すぐにくたばっちまうんだからよ。
The shockwaves of Wilhelm's booming cackle pulverized the pavement, destroying even the nearby streetlights. Still shaken by a violent fit of laughter, the Ivory Demon recalled how much he enjoyed toying with prey like this. Ah yes, the brat had a bite to match his bark. He would keep things entertaining enough until Wilhelm finally chose to devour his soul. He earnestly hoped the boy wouldn't do anything to kill the mood.
俺が死ぬだと
ああ、思想が見えるぜ。
At that moment, his body, that had up till now been so balanced he could pass off as a ballet dancer, began to twist and bend. He bulged, undulated, and started wriggling like an amoeba. Almost like the blood in his body had a will of its own.
ならそれ外れだ夜の俺は死なねえ
Oh, right, I had forgotten about that. His superpowers only work at night, or something.
死なせてくれなんだよこいつらがな
The moment he uttered those words, that very blood exploded. Culminating in the booming of deforming plants that had been cultivated within the seed bed of his body. Yet they sported neither flowers nor leaves, neither sap nor fruits. All they possessed was the most wicked of essences, for they were the extensions of his bloodlust and the manifestations of his fangs, all throbbing in synchrony with the beating of his heart.
こりゃまた。
Even Shido found himself at a loss for words, astonished even. The destroyed pavement around Wilhelm crumbled to sand, while the still flickering streetlights vanished without a trace. They completely and literally withered away, squeezed for everything they had. Like Clypheth, the tree of death, Wilhelm drained life from all around him, be it water or electricity, and claimed it for himself. Inorganic substances were no exception either. One hardly needed too much of an imagination to picture exactly what would befall any living creature devoured by it.
一つ忠告してやるよ
Despite being covered from head to toe in the stench of blood, Wilhelm's voice remained contrastively gentle. His words held no falsity, no pretense, only the truth, bare and exposed.
こうなると手加減できねえ限り出すんだよこいつらがよ
A splitting, thunderous roar shook the vicinity, like the explosion of a cannonball. He couldn't see, no perceive a thing. Shido realized that in fact he only heard the roar of an explosion after the blast had already happened. As such, all of his actions were but a result of reflexes, near superhuman reflexes unshackled by the conscious mind. Although the very fact he had prepared the stage to lead to this, in the first place could be interpreted as premeditated action. In truth, the only thing that betrayed his expectations was the scale of the feat his opponent pulled off. The vending machine he immediately ducked behind for cover was crushed like an empty box of cigarettes. To make matters worse, its blown away mass had turned into a lethal weapon, crashing straight into Shido. And that was hardly all. A blood-stained stake shot in his direction, piercing right through the giant lump of ivory veiling his vision. Shido let out an audible cry of pain. Though the stake didn't hit him directly, it managed to take out a chunk from his flank.
痛えか痛えだろ嬉し涙流せよ俺
Once he'd sent both Shido and the vending machine flying, Wilhelm chased after his prey and launched a punch at him from above. The only thing that saved Shido from the fate of getting skewered and pinned under the machine was his series of acrobatic moves made possible only through his inhuman reflexes. As such, what transpired could only be described as a miracle. Once Shido managed to perform a one-handed back handspring to put some distance between himself and Wilhelm, the latter shot a stake after him. The first shot was instinct, the second one was fate. Though formation had made them visible, their speed exceeded kinetic vision to begin with. With their power doubled, they were dangerous beyond compare. However, in spite of that, his target dodged them, evaded them. Wilhelm couldn't lay a single hit. The numbing heat, the nauseous shudders and chills, the scar in his flank, amounting to no more than a graze, echoed with pain a million times more maddening in intensity than his dislocated elbow. His agony was not physical in nature, for it felt like a fang had been thrust deep into his very spirit. The accursed weapon violated and devoured the soul, tormenting its prey with a complete disregard for its resilience to pain. Naturally, Shido neither knew nor comprehended any such principles. There was but one thing he knew, or rather thought. He was dying to roll on the floor and laugh his head off. He felt pain, dread, joy, and above all else, rage, wretched indignation. And the only way to express that cornucopia of emotions was through laughter.
またかよ。面白いよ。シャレじゃねえよ。
The true abnormality occurred right afterwards. Wilhelm launched a fierce attack consisting of several scores of spikes capable of skewering a normal person 100 times over, yet not a single one of them managed to hit their target. A hail of projectiles, like spears held at the ready, showered down upon Shido, yet he dodged them all while charging ever onwards. Wilhelm paused in amazement. Anyone would have likely done the same thing in his shoes. Shido was not fast at all. He was slow even. At the very least, being able to dodge this incessant barrage of stakes which should have far exceeded his physical capabilities. So how was he pulling it off?
勘だよ。
No one should have been repeatedly this lucky.
今日もいい感じでよく外れてるよ。笑っちゃうな。おい。
Shido uttered these absurd remarks right in Wilhelm's face. No man had ever gotten this close to Wilhelm without being hit even once. He hadn't seen anything this abnormal in his whole 8 decades of carnage and murder.
まあ、俺は俺でいろいろあんのさ。どの選択肢選んでも、なんでかそうそう死なねえんだよ。
Shido struck Wilhelm on the chest as though he was casually messing around with his best buddy, all the while flashing the smile of a kid who'd been caught pulling a prank.
つっても、今たまたまそのモードに入ったっつうだけだけどな。四六時中ってわけじゃないんだぜ。だから、ショック受けんなよ、注意殿。別にあんたがしょぼいとか言うわけじゃねえんだしよ。
At that moment, almost like he was trying to shoo away a pesky fly, Wilhelm sent Shido flying with a single wave of his arm, demonstrating the latter's painfully average speed and resilience for all to see. The sight of it made one question whether or not Shido's prior acrobatics had all been real. Wilhelm was left thoroughly confused. He couldn't understand what the deal was with this guy. Was he strong or weak? Was he a joke or was he for real? He couldn't tell, nor was he in any condition for long-winded pondering right now. Anger, shame, and delight. Even if forming his weapon didn't leave him unable to form all but the simplest of thoughts, Wilhelm would have abandoned pursuing those questions any further. For his blood danced in exultation, his heart throbbed with joy. Kazeklu Bey surrendered his body to pure and undulated frenzy in the face of such a mysterious, unusual prey. He felt like $1,000,000. His voice trembled with passion to the point it made him slur his words. Wilhelm made it his mission to devour the brat, no matter what he had in store for him.
とまあ、せっかく乗ってきたとこ悪いけどよ。
Shido sat up and winked.
ジ・エンド。バイバイ。
With the crack of thunder, he shot a bullet aimed straight at Wilhelm's heart. A pointless attempt, of course, for mere bullets could not harm a knight of the Obsidian Round Table. However, Shido had touched Wilhelm there just a few seconds ago, and the latter didn't bother to check why he did that. And a moment later, 2 abnormalities occurred. And this looks like it might take a while, so it seems like a good stopping point. You can tune back in tomorrow to see how the fight between Sakurai and Ren goes, and then, depending on how long that takes, we might also get to the conclusion of Bey versus Shido. Exciting stuff.